I meant to do in the first segment, but how was everyone's little break? We all went our separate ways here because everything was kind of on break a little bit. Crowder, was this your trip to Minnesota to go skiing?
Yes. And I explained it to the listeners yesterday how Donald's nice enough not to make fun of my Minnesota ski trips.
There's one person on the planet that goes skiing to Minnesota. Like, it's got to be all locals there, right? It's a lot of, like, anyone skiing in Minnesota, it's all locals who are like, where do you want to go today? It's either Barnes and Noble or the ski slope, I say with air quotes. And then there's one guy with like luggage tags. And it's you and your family. So how was it? Did you have a good time?
It's very local because I just sit there for 7 hours, so I get to talk to everybody. No, I can't. No way I'm getting on that ice. My knees, I have Solana knees. I'm the one that makes fun of Solana. I have worse knees than he has, so I can't ski. But I met somebody, and I thought about y'all that came from Sarasota.
He flew to Minnesota from Sarasota?
It was damn near the same story. Hey, I have family up here. I came up here and they said it's somewhere to ski. Now I come back every year. This is known around the nation, Buck Hill Lodge. It's Buck Hill.
Anyone who ends up flying to Minnesota to go skiing is on a hijacked plane. That's the only way that you end up. That guy from Sarasota was 100% on his way to Park City, Utah.
They ran out of 7s for my daughter. They just gave her 9s, and they said, put on some socks.
Right. They're like the mountain is 4 feet. She'll be fine in 9s. It doesn't matter.
I was like, put on. I thought the dude was joking. I laughed. I was like, he's dumb. He was like, no, a pair of extra socks will just do it. It's fine. They run small. It was not the best customer service at Buck Hill Lodge. But then, Hawk, we drove to Wisconsin and went to the Great Wolf Lodge, the indoor water park.
That's where the Wisconsin Dells?
Yeah, Wisconsin Dells. It was like the first one, the Great Wolf, one of the first ones, and it's the biggest one.
Wisconsin Dells, legendary vacation spot. Now, people fly to the Wisconsin Dells because there's so much family stuff to do there.
Yes. And a lot of mid-America people.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting conversations the entire time I was there. I'm not going to lie. They are some crazy lunatics out there.
What about you, Solana? What'd you do during your time off?
Nothing.
Really? Just chilled out?
I had, remember our old buddy Tito Banach at his wedding on Sunday, which was actually a lot of fun.
I saw him post a picture or video on Instagram. Sebastian the Ibis was there.
Showed up, and it was hype. Like, the best part is, his wife went to FIU. He went to USF. So, I don't really know what was going on with Sebastian the Ibis, but it was hype. Like, a mascot shows up to a wedding. Something about it, man. Like,
I'm telling you, I thought it, like, in concept, it sounds super hokey to me.
Yeah.
And then I saw this video, and Tito is, like, spraying the smoke. You know how they do when they run out of the tunnel. And then even during the game, they go to the student section and they blow off the smoke. So Sebastian's there dancing on the dance floor and Tito's blowing the smoke into the air. It actually looked pretty cool. I'm not going to lie.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Didn't we work with both of them? Didn't his wife work for the radio station as well?
Don't think she did.
I don't think she did, no.
No, you might not have been here yet. Y'all, it might have been in the other building. I believe I met his
Veronica?
wife. Veronica, I saw the video. I followed Tito and I saw the video. And then he tagged her, obviously, and I was looking like, damn, I worked with her. She worked at the station.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You might be right.
I don't think so, because I
worked call with her Tito, boy.
I worked with her at FIU. Like, I know her for years.
Whatever. Give him a call.
There was another Veronica that worked in the old building, and it was not her. There was a Hispanic Veronica that worked in the old building, and it was not Veronica. What's her? Quispe?
Now you're raising some questions up in my mind.
Are you confusing her with Kat, the former producer? Kat?
No.
With the light eyes?
No, he's not confusing her with Kat. I know who you're confusing her with. The girl. There were the 2 desks that when we would walk down the stairs, right? When we would walk down the stairs, there was 2 desks. there was Angie, and then there was fake Veronica. Yeah.
No, his wife worked to the station.
No, I don't think so. I don't care. It doesn't even matter.
Okay.
Thankfully, we're not on the AM signal. Nobody cares. So did you?
I wish I had, better content. I really do. And you know me, like I'll make something up, but literally I did nothing. The only thing that was exciting was yesterday I went to go watch Champions League, Liverpool, Real Madrid with my father, Eduardo. And, you smoke a pack of grits 90 minutes through that entire game. That was it. Like I literally did nothing. I just rested.
That's amazing to me. We were in Aruba for a few days, and there are plenty of people who still smoke. And, people who come to Aruba, they come from countries sometimes that are still, it's so acceptable. And I was saying to Lori, like, I'm watching some lady out by the pool, and you're not even supposed to smoke out there in Aruba. There's a small part of the outdoor that they allow you to, but certain people try to, sneak their cigarettes right at the pool or at the bar. And I completely forgot that your dad was a smoker, but I was saying to Lori, I'm like, look, they finish one cigarette, they go right for the next one. Like there's barely a pause. He knocked down a pack in one soccer match.
Ripped through a whole box of heaters in 90 minutes. I mean, it's actually
there's
impressive.
No pausing there, right?
None. No. Just maybe to go get a glass of water, maybe, but no, I mean, he's on FaceTime watching a soccer game, just ripping.
So where were you
man.
watching with him? At his house?
Yeah. Just went over, watched the game for a little bit.
Did you have any desire to have a smoke with Dad?
I've told you that I've engaged in the occasional cigarette outside of a bar, maybe at like a Cane's tailgate, you get a little buzz going. But something does make me at some point just want to share a cigarette with my father.
I think that might be like a thing, right?
Yeah,
like nothing wrong with he would probably respect you if you said, "Hey, let me bum a smoke," right?
I think so. I do vividly remember this story. So when he took me to the hospital several years ago, I was still in like high school. This was during that time where he had his second heart surgery. Mind you, his second heart surgery. And I was like hiding his cigarette boxes. I've told you guys. And he looked at me one day and he said, "Don't ever do that again." Like he told me
you were trying to be the caring kid who, my mom smoked. I remember throwing away
Disney
a pack
Channel.
of her cigarettes. And so, but he was serious. Like, hey, you can goof around with me all you want. Don't ever mess with my cigarettes.
It always worked on Disney Channel, right? The kid would go out of their way to save their parent.
And then parent has an epiphany. And,
right. And he told me, he's like, "Don't ever do that." And I remember once sitting in a hospital and they ask you all the questions. Do you smoke? And my answer was, snot-nosed kid, never. I'll never do that to my body. Unlike my dad here who smoked cigarettes.
It was you that was in the hospital?
Yeah, it was me.
How many times? What was that for? How many times are you in the hospital?
And
weekly.
His answer to the doctor was, he doesn't smoke yet. And I vividly remember that. So maybe it's time we share, just
Listen,
one
let's
little
be honest, your athletic endeavors are over. You might as well take up the heaters.
Grab you, old Lucy. Hey, you know what? I was on both sides of that story, Solana. My dad smoked, and he would like the cigarette, the new one from the old one, when it got close to the butt.
Couldn't get through just one to the next.
He didn't even need a lighter. He needed one match to smoke a pack because he would go back to back, but he lighted off the old one. Weirdest, not weird. I know what was going on, but I was just amazed that he could do it. And then with my dipping, my kids will take my cans of dip and throw them out the window and crazy stuff. And I had to look at them one day. And I was like, "Listen, fat guys, don't touch the dip. I'm not going to not buy any more. We're just wasting money here." "Okay, Daddy." And I had
I'm not going to have that moment when I don't feel like dipping. I won't dip. You throwing it out the window. Like, I know how you feel about it.
Yes. When it went down, when I heard the phew out the window, I looked and my daughter sitting back there smiling. I said, "Ava, that was just $8. That's pretty much all it was. You just threw $8 out the window because I'm going to go get another can." So yeah, man, I'm not proud of the second story. I'm not proud of the first one. Randy, actually, my dad stopped smoking at 64 years old.
Good for him.
Yeah, he stopped smoking about 3 years ago. He's
That's
miserable.
Now he takes the bottle of wine and he pours the next one right into the next one before the thing is empty.
I think the mind's going a little bit because he asked me stuff like, Chan, have you ever heard of this Pinot Noir? It is delicious. Yeah, Dad, I've heard of it once or twice. Oh my
like
goodness.
Solana with have you guys heard of Brock's Candy?
But it's Pops. I gotta act surprised. What's that again?